Today I'm at the I&M Canal Toll House in Ottawa, Illinois. It's the last toll house in existence along the I&M Canal. This I&M Canal was the cutting edge technology for transportation back in about around 1850, and it was dug so that the ships in Chicago could make it to the Illinois River, down the Mississippi River, all the way to New Orleans. And so this was an important thing at that time. And people like Abraham Lincoln were behind this project. You can see behind the toll house a mock-up of a barge that was used, and there's the trail there that they would have a mule would pull the barge along the canal, and it wasn't a really speedy operation. It was slow, but a lot of people made their living digging this canal, and then they used the money to buy land and became well-off farmers and so on. And you can see right here it talks about it was begun in 1836 and finished 1848. And the potato famine in Ireland in 1848 caused a lot of Irish to come over here and help dig the canal. I've got a map here that shows the St. Lawrence Seaway here. All the way is navigable all the way to Chicago, and then you can navigate by water all the way to New Orleans and then up the Mississippi. But when you got to this area in the Illinois River, it was shallow, rapids, and it was unnavigable. So that's why they bypassed the river with this canal. And it was a big deal until the railroads came along, and the railroads sort of put an end to it. Even though on the river today you have lots of barges hauling like coal and grain, and it's still a major industry, but the canal itself is not used anymore. That stopped maybe like 50, 60 years ago. And you can see right here that there's a little bit of algae blooming on the canal. Last year, sad to say, even though they spent all the money on this canal, it was covered with algae. And I imagine that they've probably used something to kill most of the algae off. But I have a recommendation to the people in power to make this decision to put a aerating fountain in the center right here between the north and south part of Route 23. It would be a 25-foot fountain. Beautiful fountain with swirling water. It would be a real tourist attraction. I'd like to see it right there. I'd like to see it. Ottawa's a beautiful city, but this would add to the beautification of the city. So I'd like to see one here. I'd like to even see one in the Jordan block. I have in my mind an inspiration to help put one in the Jordan block. But right here, it makes total sense because these are used all over the United States. These fountains are used to keep the water moving, which cuts down on algae pollution, and it would make it possible to stop putting the poison in there to kill the algae off. And then you could maybe have stock this with fish, and the fountain wouldn't make it impossible. People want to use their kayaks or whatever, canoes. They could still do that. And I think that I can visualize kids loving to watch it, and I can visualize tourists stopping by to see the thing. There'd be more people would be attracted to the toll house, and they'd learn about the history of the United States. Now you can see here the canal goes for a long distance. They've spent all kind of money. The Army Corps of Engineers dug this out, and then they, as I understand it, I think they probably put some kind of clay on there so that the water just wouldn't dissipate. And so a lot of money's been spent on this, and you can see all the cement work that was done here to make this pathway usable, but no one's using it now. And I think that idea that I have of putting a fountain here would attract people. I think you'd see bicycle people coming back and forth, joggers. So what I'm going to propose is that I will, according to the inspiration I got from writing my book, Happiness Time 2, live each day like you're on a vacation, like I'm on a little mini vacation here now. So what I'm proposing is that I raise the money to build the fountain, or do the fountain myself, to honor the people that engineered and actually dug the canal out, which was done, 150, 80 years ago. And at that time, it was a cutting edge thing that was being done to link up the Atlantic to the Gulf of Mexico. So this was a major thing, and Ottawa was right in the center of it. And I would like to give this fountain as a gift to the city and to the canal people for attracting tourism, and I hope that they will enjoy it.